Hi kindergarten kiddos, it's Miss Rayborn here. This week we're going to do quite a bit of practicing with shapes and lines. So we're going to work in our sketchbooks this week. So the first thing you would need to do is get out your sketchbook and just open up. We've done some practicing in here already. So just open up and find yourself a blank page. I'm going to use crayons, but if you would rather use a pencil, you can. If you would rather use colored pencils or markers, that's okay. And I'm just going to kind of lay out my colors. I like to be able to see what my choices are before I get started. So we just watched a video that told us about the elements of art. And we've been talking a lot about two of these elements of art. We've been talking about lines, which is what we're gonna start with first. Lines, oop, I snapped my crayon. It happens, I'll just use this, right? And we've said a line is like a dot that went for a walk. So it just kept going. So I want you to practice some different kinds of lines. So I made myself a curvy kind of a line, and then I'm gonna take a different color and I'm gonna trace on top of that line as best as I can. My art teacher when I was a little girl used to say this was like driving your car on a road. And you wanted to see how you could stay on the road. So I'm gonna practice that one more time. I'm gonna switch to a new color and I'm gonna see, can I stay on the road or on the line that I made myself? This one is kind of curvy and bumpy like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna pick a new color. I'm gonna try a totally new kind of a line, a zigzag line that has points, like bumps. Sometimes people say like mountain tops. So I made one that goes all the way across, and then I'm gonna switch to a new color. And we're gonna practice tracing. So again, we're gonna get our car and we're gonna get on the road and we're gonna see if we can stay on the road. So I'm gonna see if I can keep my yellow line on top, if I can, of the red one. Ooh, oh my goodness, Miss Rayborn is pressing too hard today. I'm just gonna use the back side like this. So I'm going across, I'm doing a pretty good job driving my car and staying on the road. I'm gonna practice each one 3 times. So I'm gonna try again, here I go. Driving my car, whoop, I got a little bit off the road, didn't I? But that's okay, I can try again. We're just practicing drawing different kinds of lines. So I drew a curvy one, a bumpy one, and I practiced 3 times. A zigzag one, I practiced 3 times. Let's see, how about a nice straight line? Now that seems like that could be super simple, but even staying on that road might be a little bit tricky. Try it out. Okay, so that was 2. Switch to new colors so I can see which ones are which. I'm gonna try and stay on the road. Stay on the road. Yeah, that one was pretty good. What about a curly loopy line? I'm gonna make one that's not the same. I'm gonna give myself a challenge. Whoa, that one might be kind of tricky. So I think I'm gonna have to go slow when I'm doing this. I'm gonna start down here. I'm getting in my car. I'm trying to stay on the road. This is kind of a light green color, so it might be kind of hard to see. I'm on the road. Am I staying on my line? I'm doing pretty good. If I need to stop and pick up my hand and move it, that's okay. Let's see, one more. Woo, that one was tricky. I'm gonna use a darker color this time so I can see it. Here I go again. For the 3rd time, I'm tracing. I'm trying to stay on the road, keeping my car on the line. And if I need to, I can pick up my hand and move it along, okay? Now, when you're doing this in your sketchbook, I want you to practice 3 times each line, but at least 5 kinds of lines. So how many do I have right now? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need 1 more, right? Because I've practiced each one of them 3 times, which is great, but I still want to have 5 kinds of lines. I'm going to write that up here. Okay, so I've got a purple. Let's see. I think I'm going to try this last time, a castle top kind of a line. So this kind of line goes over, up, over, down, 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 over. This kind of line reminds me of the top of a castle where a princess might live, or a dragon maybe even. So how many times do I have to practice on top of this one? I've drawn it once, so I need 2 more. So I'm gonna choose my green and I'm gonna try and stay on the road. I'm trying to keep my car on the road. I'm tracing it as close as I can because I'm practicing lines. So there I've got 2. Switch to a new one. I'm gonna see how if I can do it this time. Last one. Here I go. Oh, I had to pick up my hand and go across, and I'm trying to stay on the road as much as I can with my car. That's my crayon. Okay? So our first job is to practice 5 lines in our sketchbook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't have to draw ones just like this. You could try them out. And we're gonna practice each one 3 times. You're gonna take your car, your crayon, and you're gonna try your best to stay on the road. We're practicing drawing lines. See if you can keep that car on the road, okay? That's job number 1 in your sketchbook today.